Hey trainers, Professor Howie here. Welcome to the lab. If you've been here before, how's it going, you little troublemaker? My little mischief man. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that project you're working on has come to fruition and you are reaping its benefits now. You see, when you subscribe, you get an extra greeting to the channel, so make sure to subscribe, and then I'll be greeting you as well. In today's video, we are looking at actually one of you guys' a subscriber's video, and we reviewed it. AmorousWookie has donated us my first VOD review video to go over, so we are going to go over that today. I'm very excited to jump into it, and remember, don't roast the guy in the comments. It takes a lot of guts to put yourself out there and to give me a game review to then make a video on it that hundreds of you will probably see. So it takes guts, and if you want to be if you want a VOD review, I'll do it for free. I'm doing this for free. This is free VOD review coaching. Record yourself playing the Pokemon TCG and then upload the video and send it to me in my Discord. Discord link is in the description below in the coaching section. Just message it to me with your deck list, export it from TCGO, and I will watch the video and talk about your plays, and I'll even talk about your deck in ways you can make it better. So if that sounds interesting to you, join the Discord, submit it on the coaching tab. Just know I will make a video out of it, so be okay with that. We are all here to learn, in my opinion. We're not here to bring each other down. We're here to raise each other up. So if you do that, if you are gutsy enough to put yourself out there, laugh at our mistakes together, because you've seen my videos, you've seen the amount of mistakes I make personally. We're here to learn and have a good time. So if that sounds good to you, please contact me, put it in. That'd be perfect. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the deck that we're running. Okay, so here we have AmorousWookie's deck that he is using in this gameplay. Now it looks like it's an electric deck, obviously. It looks like he's trying to use paralysis quite often with the Morpeko, as well as the electric's ability. When you evolve it from your hand, you paralyze your opponent's active Pokemon. I'm not really sure how well this deck's going to perform. I haven't seen the video yet. He has the Zapdos for an extra 10 damage, hitting for a maximum of 170 with Electros. I believe he's playing this deck because of how rampant the water decks are lately with Kyurem VMAX, Palkia V-Star, things like that. So I think his plan was to counter the meta with this deck, which is a great idea. I really like it. He's got the Flaffy with Dynamotor. He's got the Chinchino with Make Do. Yeah, let's see how he plays it, and we'll go from there. Yeah. All right, here we are at the coin flip. Lost the coin flip. Probably going to go second. Okay. Correct. You are going second. The shuffle happens. You get a mulligan. Very unlucky. Not much you do about that, right? Mulligans happen. And next hand, and you start with Morpeko, Radiant Greninja with one mulligan. So you put out the Morpeko. Okay, good. And I'm going to stop you right there. So you put out the Radiant Greninja into the bench. You're going second. So next time you play, I want you to think like this. Are you okay with your Radiant Greninja being pulled out with like an escape rope or something? Because if they escape rope and your Radiant Greninja goes out and then goes down the next turn because you can't retreat it, that would be a real bummer, and then you don't get your Morpeko off. So if you leave the Radiant Greninja in your hand, there's no way he can remove it first turn because he won't have Marnie, and then you just play it down next turn to get the use out of it, and you don't have the threat of getting escape roped out and having your Radiant Greninja be in a vulnerable position. Let's keep going. All right, looks like you're against a comfy deck. Maybe a Lost Box deck, we'll see. Trekking Shoes comes out, cool. This is all his opponent's turn. Let's see what he does. Flower selecting, Water Energy into the Lost Zone, sure. Training Court comes out, that's really good for you, actually. That's amazing. That's Gudra. I don't like playing against this deck, dude. This deck is very frustrating. Okay. So you have an Evo Incense, you have a Hisuian Heavy Ball, and Trekking Shoes, and an Energy. So this is what I want to see. I want to see you do the Hisuian Heavy Ball first to see what's in your prizes, to see if there's anything that you can grab out of there that might make this turn a little bit easier. Then I want to see you use the Trekking Shoes to see what you draw into, and then I want to see you use the Greninja concealed cards to draw more cards. Trekking Shoes and Greninja can go either way, but the order, the sequence in my mind is Hisuian Heavy Ball, Greninja or Trekking Shoes, then the other one, and then see what we have. So let's see what you do. All right, you do the Hisuian Heavy Ball, very cool. And you grab the Dynamo. Okay, so if I remember correctly, your deck, you only have one Mareep in it. So if you'd rather have the Dynamo out because you need to evolve it quickly, it won't be able to charge up very quick, right? So, nah, give or take. If you think you can take a prize really quickly, like this Comfy, great. But it just worries me because you only have one Mareep in your deck, and you have, what, 3 Dynamo in your deck? So that's just my thoughts there. But I'm not going to knock it. Plays the Dynamo, concealed cards, very good. I'm just happy you didn't attach an Energy yet. That makes me very happy. Draw 2. So we get Choice, Belt, and Path to the Peak. So what do we do here? We don't play the Path, definitely. We will probably use Trekking Shoes, and we will see what happens. Okay, you attach the Energy to Morpeko. I think that's a good play because you are most likely going to attach it to the Morpeko. You grab your Energy back. Very cool. All right. And you use the Trekking Shoes. Very good. Okay. Quick Ball. Do you want it? Not really. Okay. And another Dynamo. See, if you got the Mareep, see, you don't have a chance of drawing into the Mareep, right? So getting the Mareep from the Hisuian Heavy Ball probably was the play, but I'm not mad at this either. You get a second Dynamo out, you have a Rare Candy and an Evo Incense, and you get to draw a card with Famished from Morpeko. And you get another Trekking Shoes. That's amazing. Great job. All right, it's your opponent's turn. Let's see what they do. Flower Selecting, of course, comes out. Right, okay. Air Balloon, got it. Second Energy on the Goodra. Second Metal Energy, though. Still needs a Water. Is that all he does? Evolves it into Goodra V-Star. And it's your turn. Very cool. So you're immediately dropping the Choice Belt onto your Dynamo. Sure, I like that play. You're then what, going to Evo Incense it. I probably would have used Trekking Shoes first, just so you have all your options in your hand at that point, so you know what you're looking at. I probably would have Radiant Greninja as well, just to have all your options open to you to see everything. But if you're most likely going to be putting the Choice Belt on the Dynamo anyway, so I'm not really mad about that. But I prefer to have all my options out. Evo Incense, very good. And you pull out Electros. Right, it's a hard name for me. All right, we go ahead and we evolve with Rare Candy. Very cool. We put an Energy. So you put an, okay. So you put an Energy on the Electros. I don't hate this, but I would have much rather seen you use the Radiant Greninja first and then trading for the Energy back to put it down. I also probably, if I was in your position, I probably would have put the Energy onto the Morpeko and hit a Thunder Shock with it to hit the 40 damage and then start charging up the Electros for the next turn, because it's going to take 2 hits to knock out the Comfy anyway. A free prize card, not bad, and you're not in any danger yet. He's probably going to be powered up next turn. Maybe if he has a Scoop Up Net, you might be in a little bit of danger, but you don't really need your Electros online quite yet. So you do play the Trekking Shoes. You do grab the Energy. Good play. And then you concealed cards. And you have 2 Path to the Peaks in your hand. That's kind of unfortunate. Great. Okay, remember to grab your Energy back out. And then you draw a card. It's a, oh, you're retreating. You're gonna coil. Okay, I'm not mad about that either. I'm really not mad at all. That is kind of big brain, actually. He puts a capture energy down to get his Radiant Greninja out. Okay, but he still needs a water energy to get Rolling Iron working. So I don't really know what's going on in this other guy's head. So you are going to do, what, 120 damage next turn? And I'm pretty sure the card works if you keep just using Coil over and over. Do you, like, Oh, that's good, Melanie. Okay. 4 energies, though. That's a lot of energies to commit to. And he has the Scoop Up Net. This is what I was a little bit afraid of with switching into the Electros. If he had a way to switch it, he could take Knockout, and that will be Knockout on Electros. Very unfortunate. So what are we going to do here? Do we put out Dynamo or do we put out more Peko? You're going to put out more Peko. Okay. Another rare candy. We have the energies. Doing Goodra with Rolling Iron that takes 80 less damage. That's tough, brother. That's really hard. I do not like playing against Goodra. Looks like you're concealing cards with a little bit of artifacting, and that's totally fine. Level Ball and another Dynamo. Cool. That Dynamo is great, actually, with Thunder Wave. I really like that. Also, you can probably get the Paralyze off if you get the second evolution, right? Yes. I love that. I love that for you. That's great. So now you get the Paralyze off onto the... What is that? The Goodra. Oh, but it's Tails. No Paralyze. That's unlucky. I don't like that. I hate that for you. And you put the energy onto the Electros, which is good for the long run, but now you don't get to use Famish to draw a card. I honestly don't know what the correct play is here. If you put out more Peko, thinking that this card is a sacrifice to the Slime God Goodra, then this is the correct play. But it's honestly tough. Personally, what I probably would have done is put out my Dynamo and kept the more Peko, and then try to get Thunder Shock online so I could just start paralyzing it over and over. That's what I would have gone for. But I'm not mad at what you're doing. And you do decide to put the Path of the Peak into play to shut down the abilities. Okay. You did you use Radiant Greninja that turn at all? Yeah, you did, right? Artifacted and you did. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, not mad at all. Very good. You did the Radiant Greninja, then you did the Path. And yeah. Not bad. More Peko is a sacrifice to the Slime God, and that's totally fine. And now we see what happens. 200 damage. I honestly, if you win this game, I am shocked. I am shocked because this looks daunting at this point. This looks terrifying. Goodra V-Star. Yeah, okay. Puts another energy back into his hand because he has second training port. Energy comes out. And he takes knockout on more Peko. Okay. Now what are we doing here? Okay, so we're going to put out Electros, who can Static Shock for 30. Concealed cards, that's a good play. Let's see what else we have to work with. Minchino, that is not bad. That's pretty good. Training Court, the energy back into the hand, very good. Now, you're in a tough spot right here. You're probably going to want to take the energy and put it onto the Dynamo, unfortunately. But this is rough, man. And then we put Path back into play. Very cool. I was really thinking you were going to get that paralyzed. But you do 0 damage. Yeah. That's rough. Gudra is a hard deck to go against, in my opinion. He's gonna choruses. All right. Evolves into Gudra V-Star on the bench. Choice Belt onto the Gudra V-Star on the bench. Energy. And then Rolling Iron takes knockout again. Yeah, he's set up at this point. Do you win this game? I honestly don't know. Honestly, though, you're not playing this bad, is what I'm trying to say. You're playing this well. Training Court, so you can go ahead and grab out an energy, so you can go ahead and use concealed cards. I agree with all of this. Boss's Order. You're eyeing the Radiant Greninja and the Comfy. But I want to see you eye that Gudra V. It has 0 energies on it. He's not close to being able to Mirage Gate. And it's 2 prizes with 3 retreat costs. That's huge. He also can't scoop up net it because it's a V Pokemon, right? So now you just go ham on this guy. Thunder Wave. Oh, Thunder Wave you didn't really need to do, but you went for it. I can't be mad at any of this, to be honest with you. I probably would have gone for the tackle because that card's not a threat right now. But maybe he has... Oh, he has a switch anyway. Oh my goodness. I liked your thought process of that play, though. That thought process was very good. Rolling Iron. You're in a tough spot. And it's not even your fault you're in a tough spot. It's, I'll talk about it at the end of the video. So you don't really win here, putting out Minchino or Radiant Greninja. There's not really a win there for you in any of those situations. But you're going to concealed cards. That's good. You do get the Electros, unfortunately, a little bit too late. You're going to Training Court first. I probably would have wanted to see you use Professors first. But you're going to call for family. Okay, this game's not over yet. Grabs out the Zapdos, and that's literally all you have left. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Puts out a Metal Energy onto his Gudra V-Star. So you got 3 Dynamo in there. You're only running 3 Dynamo in this deck, right? Not 4? You get Marnied, you get hit with the Rolling Iron, 200 damage, takes the knockout. This is hard. You're running a very budget deck against a top tier deck at this point. It's just tough. It's just tough. Thinking to level ball something out. Grabs the Flaffy. Your Mareep is prize, though. Do keep that in mind, brother. Training Court. Training Court does happen. Okay. Concealed cards. Draw an energy. Discard an energy. Battle VIP. What a bummer. Bosses. I would still want to see you take the Gudra out, I think. Of course, you do need 2 turns to set up. Maybe this was a better play, but he has more options to switch this card out with Scoop Up Net, Escape Rope, Switch. Well, Switch can switch anything, but he has extra cards to switch this card out with Scoop Up Net, is what I'm trying to say. Honestly, he is just so set up right now. switches in the Gudra V-Star, and he hits you for 200. So he had the air balloon in hand. Even with the other energy on the Gudra, he would have been able to switch that. That is unfortunate. So I think you played that very well. I think there's only one misplay that I saw, and that was when you had your E-Electric and your Morpeko on the bench, and you chose to put your Morpeko out and put the energy on the E-Electric. I think what you should have done is you should have sacrificed the Dynamo you had out as well to put the energy on the Morpeko, to let the Dynamo die, to bring out the Morpeko, to attach a second energy to Thundershock for 0 damage, but flip the coin for the Paralyze, because that would have done more than bringing out your electric the next turn, who then did 0 damage, then just died. You know what I mean? But honestly, you played that very well. You remembered to do your Radiant Greninjas before playing out the rest of your hand, so you know of all of your options, which is good. A lot of people like to attach energies right away, and only if you know for sure, you're like, if anything else happens, I will not attach an energy to this Pokemon. Like, if you know this Pokemon's getting an energy, I would attach it then. But you did it. Usually waiting till the end to attach energy is a good way, a good sound like rule to live by, in my opinion. But the biggest thing about this was the deck matchup. It was so hard because the deck power is so different. Your deck is great against water decks, right? But it's a little bit rough because you're not even hitting knockouts on Pokemon V, right? 160 damage with Extreme Current, and you discard all the energy from this Pokemon. Also, your support Pokemon, you do have a Minccino, Cinccino, Mareep, Flaffy lines, right? But you only have one of each. I would, if you can, I would up these to 2 each, and I would also get a 4th Dynamo. And you're running Ordinary Rod, right? I would run Ordinary Rods. I know you have Ordinary Rod. I'd throw a couple Ordinary Rod in here. And here's another fun thing. You can put more than 1 Zapdos in. So let's say you have 3 Zapdos, right? 3 Zapdos in. Your Electros is now hitting for 190 damage. And if you also put a Choice Belt in, your Electros is now hitting for 220 damage, knocking out all Pokemon V. So those are just some things to make your deck a little bit stronger. The Battle VIP Pass I kind of like, but you only have 1. If you're going to run Battle VIP Pass, run 4, because if you don't draw it in the beginning, it becomes a waste of a card slot. Especially because imagine if you got Battle VIPs and you were able to pump out a Dynamo, a Mareep, and then 3 Zapdos. Or maybe you have a Dynamo in the lead position, and you have a Minccino, a Mareep, and 3 Zapdos. Like, that would be so cool with Battle VIP Pass. So I would just kind of pick and choose some cards that you don't really want. Scoop Up Net, I understand Scoop Up Net for the Electros, or the Electric for the Paralyzed chance. That makes sense. But again, only having 1, I'd probably up that to 2. In my opinion, Air Balloon would probably help you out a lot instead of this 1 switch card. You get Air Balloon. Flaffy has a 2 retreat cost. Minccino has a 1 retreat cost. You could run 2 Air Balloons and put 1 on Flaffy, 1 on Cinccino, and call it a day. I like the idea for Stormy Mountain. That's not bad. Trekking Shoes isn't bad. Ultra Ball, you could probably use a couple more. You could probably down the Rare Candy to 2. I'd probably get rid of Roseanne's backup. I'd drop Roseanne's backup. I kind of like Spark, but it's not consistent. You know what I mean? It's a coin flip, but it's not bad. You do have 2 Choice Belts. That's good. 12 energy. If you have Ordinary Rod, you don't need 12 energy. You could probably get away with 8 or even 6 energy. And then you have the Flaffy with Dynamotor. You have the Training Court. You have 5 stadiums. I would drop the paths. Let me quickly remake how I would do this deck and then show you what I would do. Okay, so this is something I would run to make your deck perform a little bit better. I would add another Dynamo. 3 Electros is fine. 2 E-Electric is fine. I got rid of the Morpeko completely. I added an extra Mareep, an extra Flaffy, an extra Cinccino and Minccino. I also added 2 Zapdoses. We bumped up Battle VIP Pass to 4 because I really like that idea. I did something kind of crazy. I dropped all the quick balls and all level balls because everything that is a basic besides Zapdos and Radiant Greninja have under 90 HP, so I didn't really think you needed to waste a slot for quick ball. And then I gave you 3 Ultra Balls in case you needed to grab the Radiant Greninja, Zapdos, or anything. You can use these Ultra Balls for that. Hisuian Heavy Ball, I think, is great, so you can grab out a Pokemon if it does get locked into the prizes. I like the rare candy, but I dropped it down to 2. I gave you 2 ordinary rods. I limited all of your supporters to 1, but I gave you Palpad. I dropped your energies down to 6, which is kind of crazy because you need 2 energies to attack. You do need to discard the energies, but I'm hoping you use the training court to get energies back to put them in. Also, I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave Radiant Greninja in because you have the Cinccino line, right? So what you could do is you could drop Cinccino, Minccino, and you could grab Bibarel instead. It depends on how many cards. If you notice you have a lot of cards in your hand, a lot of the time stick with Minccino, Cinccino. And if you notice you have no cards all the time, switch to Bidoof Bibarel. Okay? Radiant Greninja's okay, but you're already discarding a lot of energy with Extreme Current unless you're planning on just coiling over and over for 120 damage. But the 6 energies with the 2 ordinary rods gives you 10 energies, which should be enough-ish. I might need to up this to 7 energies, actually. We might need to do something like this. Okay, I like that a little bit better. That gives you 14 energies. I think, no, not 14, right? It gives you 7, 11. Sure. Sure. Drop the trekking shoes, add another Evo Incense. There you go. That's what I do to your deck. It's tough keeping it to 60 cards. You have enough energy. You have 12 energy now. 2 energy, 6 of these. Well, you only have 5 of these, technically. You might want to add a 4th. But doing that, you're going to have to lose something like Scoop Up Net, if you're okay with that. I liked the Scoop Up Net idea with the electric for the Paralyze. I really liked that idea. That idea was really cool. So I wanted to leave that intact for you. But your original deck isn't very optimized. I understand you're probably working with the cards you have, of course, but it's hard to win when you don't have a lot of answers in your deck. For example, we never had access to the Flaffy in your last game because the Mary was prized. We never even got a Minccino Cinccino out either. So hopefully this will help it run a little bit smoother. And I don't think I added to him anything too crazy either. And I also like this idea of having this Dynamo with Call Sign, so you can grab extra electric Pokemon you might need. And I like this one with Thunder Wave. In case you go second, you pop this out and hit a Thunder Wave to paralyze them on the second turn. I think that's a super cool tech. So I left that in as well. All in all, very interesting idea with the Eelektross. And again, you played it phenomenally. I think the only thing holding you back early was your deck. That's it. I think if you optimize it a little bit better, you might have a better chance of winning. But again, Goodra is just a hard deck to go against, man. But thank you so much, AmorousWookie, for submitting this VOD and letting me go over it and talk about it. Your sequencing was very good. It takes a lot of guts to do that, to like put yourself out there. We are all here to learn in the lab, of course, so I really do appreciate you doing that. And if anyone else wants me to go over their decks / gameplay, please join my Discord in the description below and let me know by posting your VOD in the coaching tab in my Discord. And I will get around to making a video about it. So thank you again, AmorousWookie. You're a real one. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you got some value out of this. Could you let me know if you did in Discord or the comments? I don't care where. Thank you again. I appreciate it, man. Well, trainers, thank you for coming by the lab today. My name has been Professor Howie, as always, and I hope you all had a great time. Again, I've said this so many times. If you want to be considered for VOD reviews and videos like this, make sure to join the Discord and put your VOD into the coaching tab with your deck list. You can even leave a little story about it if you want. I don't care. I will then go over it and I will put it out eventually. I'll make a video about it. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and do that. But thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great day. Have a good one. Bye.